Workman's Relief for whatever the job throws at you, like THC products derived from legal hemp. These are legit delicious. Free shipping with products over $75. Order yours at workmansrelief.com for whatever the job throws at you.
This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
A little Batman villain. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Speaking of villains, it's a good segue. An Albuquerque man allegedly torched his ex-girlfriend's house, but was literally tripped up by his own mistakes.
Good.
And the failed attempt was caught in neighbor's security camera. Arson lesson 101, don't catch yourself on fire. I kind of had to laugh at the amateur hour situation here. It's gonna if you're going to commit arson, try not to do it without setting yourself on fire in the process. He got what he deserved. That's what one of the neighbors was saying. Police identified the alleged culprit as Armitio Sanchez Ortega, 46, through a white pickup truck parked down the street from the scene. Neighbor security footage from mid-May shows a suspect approaching the house with a large gas can before hopping a gate and dousing several of the cars in the driveway. Moments later, the flames exploded through the front driveway with an inept arsonist as he's trapped behind the gate. So he went just behind the gate, sets it on fire, and he's right there because the cars are all backed up against the fence. And yeah, again, emerged in the video, engulfed in flames as he hopped to escape. As he was fleeing the scene, the suspect tripped over his own feet and fell.
Good.
He quickly got up, stumbled down the street while he was still smoldering. So he was just like the Human Torch.
That's amazing.
Ortega's ex-girlfriend and her...
rarely does karma kick in immediately.
I know, I love it. Ortega's ex-girlfriend and 4 children were inside the home at the time of the fire, so this guy's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
We're not hurt. They're fine. The Albuquerque Fire Department arrived on the scene. 2 vehicles were on fire, and the flames were spreading to the 3rd vehicle as well as the home. Ultimately, her house was saved, but the 3 vehicles in the driveway were destroyed, which is the best of the situation.
No,
yeah.
Well, that sucks because she's still going to have to get to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's going to take a bit to get...
Well, it's better than if it all costs. I mean, what could have happened.
I get it, but still.
I know, he's still a ding-dong.
Yeah.
Here's, I think, the neighbor here talking about it.
All right.
Right here.
When I first heard the explosions, like the popping tires, I came out, saw the orange light coming through my front window, opened the door, and just saw the tree engulfed. The instant karma of the situation was weirdly satisfying.
Yeah,
but to see that he managed to get back to his truck and drive off, and managed to make an escape before anyone really noticed was unfortunate.
So the victim of the who was not named by the police is still on. It's the 46-year-old guy still on the run.
Are you serious?
Still on the run.
Oh, he's ouchie though.
Yeah, he's ouchie. When they find the guy that looks like Freddy Krueger, because
he's gonna have infections.
Oh, dude, it was pretty good because he was on fire for a bit.
Yeah,
and that's the funny thing because I was looking to see what they use in the movies. It's not gasoline.
No.
Right? I think you use like a kerosene type or something. You know how they have that slow, they light it, and then the trail just goes to the, whatever it is to blow up. But it's not gasoline, and people don't realize, and I have a story about it too, that when you light that thing, it just immediately ignites and boom,
So I watched this video of a pit crew that was engulfed in an invisible fire. Have you ever seen that?
No, that's crazy. What, did it burn like a different...
It was terrifying. Let's see.
Did it just look like people, actors that are trying to... Now you're on fire.
Yeah, totally.
Act now.
Totally.
Methanol fires.
Yeah. Let's see. Where is it?
Dude, I'm trying to watch one of
1981 Indianapolis 500, the Mears Pit Fire. Let's see. I have the video here.
A video.
Neighbor's car is in the pits, and it backfires, causing Rick Mears' car to burst into flames. This is a fire you cannot see. It's an alcohol fire. Both Rick Mears and his chief mechanic are alight. You cannot see it, but they are engulfed in flames.
Oh, man.
The difficulty for the marshals is that they cannot see the flames, and here they try desperately to put the flames out. Mears grabs the extinguisher to douse himself, and there the mechanic is leaping up and down. He's burning, and they cannot see it. The marshal's dilemma
crazy,
is that
isn't
this
it?
fire is not visible.
Yeah.
To compound the problem, behind Mears is a tank containing 200 gallons of highly inflammable fuel.
Like, holy crap.
We
Yeah.
still see the marshals desperately trying to put out the flames on the chief mechanic. They cannot see these flames. It really is a terrible problem. They submerge the car in extinguishant in the hope that they have extinguished all the flames.
Whoa,
The
dude.
biggest risk to the mechanic is the inhalation of flames. But Rick Mears is better protected, and we shan't know whether he's been seriously injured until his helmet and balaclava have been removed.
I love the old-timey announcer.
Balaclava has been removed.
We shan't know.
Yeah, it almost looks like, you know, when you first started a gas stove, it's semi-blue, but it's when you're in the light, it doesn't look like anything. All you see is like hints of white in areas.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, that's hilarious. Look at that. It shows like hand sanitizer, invisible fire. So
Yeah.
look, it's on the bottom.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Dude,
Scary.
Well, the reason I was laughing is because when he was on fire, it just looked like he was crazy, you know?
Right.
He's
Yeah.
like throwing his arms, and in a panic,
yeah.
it looked like, you know, Will Ferrell, I'm on fire.
I totally did. Yes. 100%. I know. Oh, my. How scary would that be?
Oh, man, that's
And they're
crazy.
just running around with extinguishers like, ah! Like, they don't know who the hell to put out.
Yeah, like it's blue, but it looks like you look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Mm-hmm. But in this case, because of where it was, it looked like nothing. That was cool as hell. Invisible fire. Huh? I never heard of that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he just had his arms up and he's like panicking. They're like, luckily they knew what it was.
Right.
Because he would be running around looking like Will Ferrell, like I said.
Yeah. Totally insane. Anyway,
Wow.
yeah, the Mears pit fire. Check that out. Wild video.
Man. I accidentally, because this is funny because I was at a horse barn, you know, the same person we talked about yesterday over in Sun Prairie. So we were trying to get rid of this shrub to make like a round pen. And we're just going to burn it down and scrape it up, right? So used gasoline and it wasn't lighting.
Oh, no.
And I had to like go quick. And I realized this unnamed person was standing too close. So it's this type of situation. But I kept going. I was like, is everybody ready? Because I was like trying to, you can't do the whole, like I said, the little line of fire that slowly goes to it. Kaboom, like in the movies. I had to sit there and I was like, man, this isn't lighting because it was so wet. But finally when it did, all I heard is a whoosh.
Yeah.
All I saw was orange and bright light. I thought I had died. He burned his back. He's like, ah!
Bad juju.
It was funny, but you could hear that. Yeah,
The
and
whoosh.
my
Yeah.
ex-wife saw it. She's like, oh my God, I thought we got hit by a bomb.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, see, this is farm kid stuff. My parents just left it. We were feral. It's so ridiculous now that I think about it. So we were camping outside, but not really. We had like this like blacktop area where we had like a basketball kind of court deal. And we had our sleeping bags and stuff out there, and we had like a fire going. And they just gave us like a can of gasoline to put on there.
Oh, God.
I know.
That is-
And I was like, God, I was not old enough to be out there with a can of friggin' gasoline. And yeah, that happened, and I put too much on it, and it was just like a whoosh. And
Yeah.
and I remember having that sleeping bag. That part of it was melted for like years afterwards.
Yeah, gas does a whoosh. I think, what is it? Lighter fluid has a little bit more of a
Yeah.
slow.
Right.
I mean, if
Well,
you
it
squirt
helps
it,
that
it's,
it-
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's not as bad.
Right.
And I wonder why, because they must dilute the, you know, must be a diluted form.
We're scientists.
Yeah, what is that? You're taking some of that up there?
I don't think so, because I don't think we can have fires.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
You're just, at night, you're just going to sit there and no campfire?
I
You
don't
can't?
think you can. I'll have to double check. Because horses do not like fires. Because they're natural, they're flight animals.
Well, I get it.
So they're going to want to run, and they're in a strange place already. So I don't think you want to agitate them anymore.
You know, if I've ever watched movies and if, I'm going by that.
Right.
They should be just fine. I've watched Arnold Schwarzenegger run a horse off of a building.
You're stupid.
People, relax.
What a complete waste
We are killing it online. Have you guys checked the comments?
of cyberspace.
Smoke That Skin Wagon says, you guys are killing it.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
We're internet sensations.
Workman's relief for whatever the job throws at you, like THC products derived from legal hemp. These are legit delicious. Free shipping with products over $75. Order yours at workmansrelief.com for whatever the job throws at you.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
An entire 30-foot playground structure was stolen in Jacksonville, Florida on Monday. It was taken from, as if that wasn't bad enough, it was taken from an organization that works with autistic children. I hope you're happy, you asshole.
When you said that, the first thing I thought of was like in the cartoons, like a bunch of ants, all these dudes just lifting it up and
Right.
running away with this giant structure.
Yeah, totally. Here is the executive director, Melissa Kramer, talking about the theft. Come on, Melissa.
The girls were shocked. A couple of them got here before me, and they were like, Melissa, what are you doing with the playground? It was just gone. I don't know how you take a 30-foot playground. They took the swings, they took the slide, they took the monkey bar, like everything. It's just gone. It's really bizarre.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's one of the.
Playground was there one day and gone the next. The staff at Growing Together Behavioral Center, a school for children with autism, say that their playground was stolen in the middle of the night. On Your Side, Zach Wilcox spoke with the executive director about the startling discovery.
Growing Together Behavioral Center had just finished installing its playground at its new location along Art Museum Drive. And when the staff came in to start the new week, all that was left of that playground was the studs in the ground.
Dude.
The girls were shocked. A couple of them got here before me, and they were like,
So that's what we just
Dude,
heard.
they had the studs. I mean, they were rebarred into the ground.
Yeah. There was tape up on the security cameras, strips of pink tape, about 3:30 in the morning. I mean, it's just gone.
So it looks, and if you picture, it's one of those.
Like a rainbow system.
Yeah. It has the 3 swings, the tire swing underneath, and it has like the little, with the green slide. That it's kind of the common one that you see all over the place in people's yards. So someone decided to.
It's about $12,000 for mulch for the new playground and the new system. So because that's $5.
They had it in a parking lot.
Yeah, which is.
Duval County is
Get out of here.
What happened?
Stupid autoplay.
I've been caught by that.
I know, I hate autoplay.
Yeah, what? Oh, my. Urgh.
Uh-huh. So they have a GoFundMe for a new one.
I really hate thieves.
I do too.
Thieves and liars are the base of a horrible human being.
Oh, my God. Well, because people work hard for stuff.
Yeah, and that's what every time I think of a thief, it's just the most disrespectful, self-centered. You can't have it. I want it.
Yeah,
it's just the most despicable, damn trait in a human being.
I know, and I feel like it has to be if you're stealing something. And maybe I'm wrong on this. I don't know. You have to be somebody that hasn't worked hard.
Right.
Because it's hard for me to believe that you have worked hard for stuff. Because if you have, then you understand. Right? And there's no way you could, and maybe I'm wrong, like I said.
Well.
But then you understand what goes into, the hard work that it takes to make the money and looking forward and saving up.
See, somebody can think
getting something.
Somebody could think that, but the problem is, it's not just that. It's the fact that they're disrespectful. They don't care about anybody else than themselves.
I know.
That's where even if they worked hard,
right,
they still just don't care. It's just a default setting of crap.
Right.
of not respecting anybody else.
Garbage.
And how you going to make somebody that's, if they're down on their luck or anything, if they have nothing to lose, they're not going to care about anybody else.
So, and then it's like, then there's like, you know, they have like enhancers for crimes.
Yeah.
So like that's what's happening here. There's a few enhancers. So you already have a thief, right? Which sucks. But then they're taking from kids. So there's an enhancer there. And then they're autistic kids. So then it's like,
Yeah, now you're really monkeying stuff up.
you know, right? Totally. It's like, and it was brand new.
I know.
God, they didn't even get a play on it. You know, like holy crap, dude.
Now they're stuck counting toothpicks on the ground, like Rain Man.
Totally.
Let's play pickup sticks. How many are there?
It's terrible.
That's terrible. Yeah. I can't. Again, there had to have been somebody with a truck because they had to take it apart. They came at night. They had to disassemble it.
Yeah.
And then just because that's a lot.
What kind of turd are you that hangs out and you're like, man, that autistic school got a new playground. I've been eyeballing it up. Let's go grab that.
And another good.
Because it had to be more than one person, right?
Yeah. It had to have been. Because there's no way it might have. Two people could have put that thing down pretty quickly. The problem is that I also have is that this is in the middle of a parking lot, so it's like they took the back side of the parking lot, and you could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parking stalls.
Yeah,
that this thing's back there. So when these kids fall, they're just straight concrete. That they're.
They said they bought mulch. They were going to put mulch down around it.
Mulch or the little rubber.
That's probably what it is.
Oh, yeah.
But I do say, when we were kids, it was concrete. You fell right on the concrete slab.
Oh, yeah. It was just a big, giant concrete slab that they had playgrounds on.
Right. 100%. And the slides were metal. And you burned your damn ass. Oh,
yeah, those silver things.
Yeah, totally. Hello, JJO.
I don't know how they could swing that kind of a deal with steel in that.
Oh, Yep. There you go.
You let that one slide in.
I knew it. It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't. Those there, and it's still there, and I'm so glad because in Verona, I just remember it. I remember when they first put the Michael's frozen custard right behind the elementary school. I remember, and then they still had Hardee's where the bank is, but they had this structure that I always used to. Everybody used to. It would kind of look like almost like a teepee almost, but it was like went down. You could slide in the middle like a.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You climb up the sides, and it was just almost looked like a cone, but it was like a spider web cone.
Yeah.
And they're still there, and I always wanted to go back up there and be like, man, we used to hang out on that thing all the time in Verona. It sucks seeing all those things get taken down and whatnot. I think they just took all that stuff down. You're just going through memory lane with that stuff.
Oh yeah. Hello, JJO.
Whatever happened to the good old days, the old Robin Hoods that steal from the rich and give to the poor? Lousy sons of bitches steal the frickin' swing set.
I know.
Geez, they stood up all night practicing with a frickin' DeWalt impact wrench. Hey, Jimmy, you're too slow with that number 9/16. You gotta speed it up. We only got 2 hours, jackass.
Yeah.
What the hell? It's like Fight Club. Come on in and learn how to do a rainbow. Disassemble the swing set class.
Yeah. It's time. 9/16 is popular.
You'd never guess he was from Wisconsin.
No.
No?
Oh,
Dear.
Jeez. All right. Well, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It was so new they didn't even get the friggin' rubber strips in yet.
They just had it pinned down with those.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's terrible.
I mean, can't they go around? What are you going to do? I guess you can't go around. They can't have them marked, maybe. I don't know. Nothing you can do about it. They just took it.
We thought uploading to the cloud was something completely different. The JJO Morning Show Podcast. Johnny and D, JJO.
I want to do a quick shout out to the crew at PDL Waste Solutions. You can go to PDLWasteSolutions, LLC.com. They dropped off the big old dumpster at the farm yesterday. Everybody's all excited. We cannot wait to get rid of the old feed bags full of twine. So If you are looking to clear out some junk, get yourself a dumpster. It's super easy. They come by, they drop it off, and then they come by and they pick it up. So much easier than doing a bunch of different trips to the dump, that's for sure. So saves you time, saves you trips to the dump. And probably, depending on how many trips to the dump you have, probably saves you money. You know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So if you do order a dumpster from PDL, make sure you mention my name. And you can mention it however you want. Be like, you know who's a big old dumpster?
Bitch. Or as they say in Crick, hey, bitch.
Hey, look who's here. It's bitch. It's my favorite. I love it when I hear that. Anyway, yeah, do me a solid and do that. All right, take it away, Rance.
All right, well, a good segue into here. This a study has been done that they found out that women with bigger breasts sweat less.
Oh, well,
what do you think?
Well, yesterday it was a pretty sweaty day.
Oh, you were juicy, and you got those big taters on you. So
yeah, but I really don't like working out and stuff. I really do not get super sweaty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I should test this though and try the hot yoga.
Yeah. That'll definitely make you sweat.
Yeah.
And it smells like, just horrible in those things. Like a meat locker. Blah.
Yeah. And from what that one listener texted in, it's a free tooting zone.
Yeah, that's right. You're just sitting there.
Everybody just toots away.
I couldn't stop. I wouldn't be able to stop. I'd laugh the entire time. Yo, man, just all these free.
I would have to go alone.
Middle-aged women just pooting all over the place.
Yeah, I couldn't go with a friend because as soon as we made eye contact, it would be over. Yeah.
So, though it seems counterintuitive, research has found that women with larger busts actually sweat less than most with less endowed chest.
Weird.
Historically, it is believed that the bigger the bust, the more sweat. But scientists at the University of Southampton have uncovered that the long-believed adage might be just more than myth, finding that it was valuable implications for our understanding of sweat management requires of a sports bra, a study author wrote. New research published by the Experimental Psychology in this month investigated how bra size impacts sweat. Therefore, the performance of sports bras, a vital garment for women who work out, on women with varying breast sizes. Over 85% of the women deemed a sports bra was an essential piece of equipment for exercise.
Yeah.
All right.
2 of them, actually. Thank you.
2 of them? You have those wrangled up pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually really hard to find one that's comfortable and supportive, so a lot of women struggle with this. Our thought process was to look how sports bras offer support to women and comfort for women for varying breast sizes, especially with hot conditions. When women are more likely to experience issues with chafing and significant sweat accumulation in the bra. So you're just wringing those things out. To test this, Blount conducted her experiment in a climate chamber at the university's ThermoSense lab, using 3D scans to determine the breast surface area and measuring sweat gland density with a special iodine-infused paper that reacts with sweat. Our thought process was to look how the bras offer support to women and comfort to women varying breast sizes, especially with hot conditions. The women are more likely to experience issues with chafing, as I said before. Blount hopes that her research could lead to future sports sweat innovations for women to meet their varying bodily needs when exercising. So yeah, there you go. Funnel knowledge is something we know to inform sportswear designers that considering what women need in varying breast sizes. So I guess you could vouch for it a little bit, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, between the girls.
That's when it gets.
Like in here. It gets slippery. That I don't like.
Well, I was just telling you yesterday, I get juicy on the armpits, so and it's not bad. I'm not like sitting there like drenched away. I just don't like that it makes your shirt stink in the armpits. There's not much you can do getting that out of there.
Yeah.
If you wear it for a long time, the armpits just, even after you wash it, it's still like, you know? So there's just like something that accumulates. So if you ever want to save good shirts, or just by just buy a new shirt, but I mean, put those things in, and you can walk around without having that sweat. So I could understand under the under boob sweat.
Yeah, well, and it's weird. So, like I have a system. Well, and there's different sports bras. So there's I think it's called the She Fit or whatever. It's a super expensive sports bra. It's like $100. And you have to take accurate measurements and whatever else. And it zips up the front. Zzzt.
Wait a minute. It's like a suit. You got to go get fitted for that thing?
Yeah, yeah. It's various measurements. You do under the boobies. You do like nipple line.
Oh, yes. You don't have those pepperonis peeking out the top like a sunset.
And then I think you do whatever. Anyway, you have to do various measurements.
I'm looking at some of these sports. The Louis Vuitton zip-up sports bra is $1,250.
Well, yeah, that's Louis Vuitton. But anyway, the She Fit's supposed to be for more well-endowed ladies, and that's supposed to be like, because I'm not the only bitch out there wearing 2 bras working out. I know that much. But so like you have to wear one bra that keeps the girls
in place.
That is like all the way underneath.
It's the
right
support from the bottom,
right?
And
then you have
back.
to wear one that slams them down.
Dude, you're like in a race car, man.
Yeah. Right? Because the one that slams them down is never also going to be underneath support.
No, that's just the tie around, right? That's like the seat belt versus the lap belt.
100%. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're running, it's naturally going to jiggle anyway.
Yeah.
But you have to have them pressed in place so that the jiggle is closer to the surface.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you don't have the underneath support, you run into problems there. Various problems.
Every time we do these, I'm always wondering if there's going to be like those people walking behind us, and that they walk down the hallway. And
I'm just like slapping my boobs around.
We have a giant bay window, and I always feel like an ape would feel, And to the left, you see the morning DJ. You could see them. What they naturally do to communicate is grab their tutors. Looks like they're a school of kids that they're just
them around,
and then they walk in. Oh, we're like monkeys at the zoo.
That's about right.
That's what it feels like.
That's about right. Yeah. Anyway, so as far as the sweat goes, though, so the support. The one that you're wearing for the under support is almost never going to be, at least for me anyway, is not an absorbent type bra because it's not usually a sports bra.
And you can't wash bras.
Yeah, you can. I do.
mean, well, you can, but aren't you? Isn't it like you're not supposed to dry them for sure?
Right.
Right.
You have to air them out
because they're super expensive.
Yeah.
And dudes don't really think about that type of thing.
You're right.
Until
they're like with a woman that makes them think about it.
Unless they got the itty bitty titty committee,
Yeah. A bra, like the bra I have on now is a typical one that I have. It's about $45. And that's on the cheaper end.
Yeah, it's like constantly having to buy a second set of shoes almost.
And then when I find one, like I'll buy like 3 of the same one that I like.
Does it scrape your nipples? Do you have to wear something on top of them?
Scrape my nipples? No.
They don't. Well, then you're
like
probably
a
not
nipple
sizing.
shield?
Yeah, doesn't it? Like, don't you ever get chafed?
Mm-mm.
Or I guess it's pressed on hard enough that it doesn't move. Yeah. Because you would think that would be a problem running, right, or anything like that, or any sort of physical activity like that.
They're not moving around that much.
No. They're capped
because
off.
yeah, that's the sports bra keeps them in place.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine if I just worked out in this bra, there would be problems, probably.
I guess it's like thinking about my nuggets,
I often think about your nuggets, yeah.
I figured. Yeah. So, yeah, because
don't those things get in the way?
They do if you don't wear underwear, And usually when you start working out, it like totally Seinfelds where it goes back into your body like the pool thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you turtle head right back in. It just sucks up. Everything comes back into a package because it feels like, I would think it was like everything sucks up. He knows, right, Paul?
Oh, boy.
When you start with physical activity, it kind of like when you get into a pool, everything cinches up in your groin. Your ding-dong kind of comes back in and that type of thing. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You have impeccable timing, Paul.
Yeah, I didn't come here to talk about my ding dong.
Great timing.
Anyway,
that's so you gotta wear like you have to wear tighty whities when you work out.
For sure. Otherwise, if you're running or anything like that, like I said, your body naturally wants to come in and keep things away from getting eaten or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That old probably evolutionary type situation. But you have to keep it cinched up with like the tighter underwear, especially if you're doing any sort of like running or anything like that. But
yeah.
Otherwise, if I'm just gonna do like curls and stuff like that, no, I'm not gonna. You can free ball it then.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you got to keep those puppies locked away.
Yeah. Like burpees is when you really gotta.
Oh yeah, anything like that, or anything with like the movement, they'll flop
The
around.
Nike sports bra is the one that really you get hella uniboob with that thing because it's just.
You just good, just like one dome.
Yeah, that's the one. If you're doing burpees or anything like that, that's the Nike sports bra day for sure.
Nike's got it handled in. They have it locked down.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take any real big deep breaths in the sucking thing, but man.
What are you doing? Working out.
Struggle's real.
Got a boa constrictor across your chest.
Totally.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D. Nowhere but JJO.